Hi boys and girls, it's Mrs. Walter. We're going to do a guided drawing, a draw along, to make these cute little hot cocoa or coffee cups. We're going to design them with a background, a tablecloth, that could be like a nature design, pattern. You could also do full pattern. These could be done in crayon, these could be done in marker, these could be done in paint, however you wish to do it. So to get started, you need a piece of paper. You can tear it out of your sketchbook. You need something to draw with. I'm going to use marker just so it shows up better on the screen. You can use a crayon, that is no problem. You can use markers, and again, you could use pencil, okay, and then paint. So to make the hot cocoa cup, and I'll bring this over here just so you can see it, we need to do this flattened oval, known as an ellipse, a very fancy word for flattened oval. Okay, so towards the center of my page, not up too high because I need room for the steam, and not down too low. I'm going to do a flattened oval shape. That's going to be the opening of my mug. Now my mug could have two straight lines coming down to the sides. It could also have some curves if you want it to be more like a teacup. You could curve it in, okay, and close it, or you could just do two straight and close it. Either one works just fine. I will do both actually. So I have a curved one. If that's not your cup of tea, ha ha ha, I have my oval. You might just come straight down, make them even, and then close them. I'm going to curve a teeny tiny bit, sort of like a smile, just kind of follow that. Okay. Now you need to add the handle, so that just might be sort of like the letter C or a backward C. And I'm going to do that same line inside. Or if you want to be a little fancier, you might go out and then come in and back out. So I made sort of a little bump. Do you see that? So I went out, down, and I made a little hiccup. Boop. Like a fancy cup. Okay? You can do a regular one. Now to show that there's liquid in here, I'm going to make this same curve. Follow the same curve. So I'm going to start right here, and I'm going to follow it. So I'm going to go up a teensy bit. I'm going to follow the curve until it touches the other side. Okay, same thing on this one. So I'm going to touch, I'm going to follow the curve back down till it touches. Okay, you might want to put a little base or a bottom on your teacup, and that's up to you, but you certainly do not have to. What we are going to add is a saucer, a plate for our cup to sit on. Okay, a plate for it, because if you're out at a restaurant, usually they serve your coffee or your tea or your hot cocoa on a saucer. This one has a nice base also to make it a fancy cup. So I'm going to make that plate by going out the side of my cup, and a curve like the letter C all the way around my little saucer. It's okay if it's a little lumpy bumpy. I'm going to do it on this one also. Out, around, and back for my little dish. And that's going to be something we want to design. We have one more thing to do, and that's to make the table, to make the line where the table and the coffee mug are sitting so it's not floating, and then where our background is going to be. So from the side of your cup, you're just going to touch the side of your paper. Now I have a handle here, so I have to jump over it. Don't draw through it. Jump over it. So touch and jump. Okay? Same thing. If you were doing a straight mug, it's the same thing. The side of your mug to the paper. If you're near the handle, touch and jump over it. Don't draw through it. Okay, now the fun part, you could put some little marshmallows in. You could put a candy cane. You could put the little tag from the T. You could even write T. T-E-A is T. Okay. You could put that in there. You could put a straw in there. And now we get to have some fun designing. So you might want to get your bucket of markers. Okay. If you don't want to use markers, you could use paints, or you could use crayons. And we had all these really fun coloring designs. I did mountains where I was blending my crayons together. Okay, this one is also crayons. It's just made with pattern. We have one last one. And this one I used a little bit of marker as well on that, which is really fun. Okay, I used a tiny bit of marker on this one for some snowflakes. Okay, and that works really well. So whatever you want to do is fine. Okay, and you might put something really cute in the background. You might have a sunny background. You might just have a rainbow background. I have these smelly markers that are really fun to color with. So I might just add some strips of color, maybe even rainbow design. I might go with warmer color designs. That's always fun too on the color wheel or in the rainbow. If you look at our paints or our color wheel, warm colors like the sun and cool colors like the water. Okay, so we're just gonna have a lot of fun coloring these. I can't wait to see what you come up with.